Hello students, welcome back. And today I'm going to demonstrate you a topic which is triangles, okay? And on the same topic, I'll tell you a few theorems, so we can say that we can apply Thales theorem to prove few more corollaries. Okay, so let's start with this. And first of all, I'll give you a brief introduction of the Thales theorem, or which is called basic proportionality theorem also. So let's start with this. So this is Thales theorem. This Thales theorem is also called basic proportionality theorem. So we call it basic proportionality theorem. What we do in this, if a triangle is given to us, so in this triangle, the triangle is suppose ABC. So if we draw a line which is parallel to the base, like this, suppose this is the line which is parallel to the base, and this line is said to be DE, right? So what this theorem says, that if we draw a line joining the 2 points, during the 2 points on the 2 sides of a triangle, such that the drawn line is parallel to the third side, then this line DE, it divides these two lines, means AB and AC, in the same ratio or in the same proportion. Okay, so what its statement says, that AD upon DB will be equals to AE upon EC. Okay, this is what we call Thales theorem. This is the statement of Thales theorem. Okay, that if we draw a line parallel to the base in a triangle, so the this line drawn divides the other two sides in the same ratio. Okay, so this is what we have discussed it earlier also, that how we can prove this thing. So I'm not going into this again, but I'll show you a few corollaries. Okay, like using this, what is the meaning of corollary? If we get a few more results from the main theorem, so those are called corollaries. Okay, so that the first corollary can be, if the result is given to us AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. So what we can do, we are adding 1 to both the sides. We are adding 1 both sides. So on adding 1 both the sides, what will you get? See, it will be AD upon DB plus 1, and this side will be AE upon EC plus 1. So what we'll get? It will be AD plus DB upon DB equals to, this side you can see, on taking LCM, it will be AE plus EC upon EC. It will be AE plus EC upon EC. So AD plus DB will be, it will be AB, and upon DB it will be AB, because from the figure you can see this is AB. Okay, so it will become like this, and AE plus EC, see from the figure, AE plus EC, it will be AC. So we got AC upon EC. Okay, we got it like this. So this is one more result that we can apply as Thales theorem. Okay, what this result is having, I mean, what is the difference between this and Thales theorem? That in this result you can see that we can write it as whole side divided by the part of that side, and same thing this side also. Okay, like we got AB upon DB is equals to AC upon EC. Okay, like we can take this whole side along with this side, and the same thing we have to do other side also, AC upon EC. Okay, whatever the thing we are doing this side, same thing will be done on the other side also. Like if you're taking this whole side first, if you're taking AB, so this side also we'll have to take AC upon, if you're taking this side DB, this part, so we'll have to write EC. Okay, now this was the first corollary. Now see one more from here, and we'll take the second one now. So we'll see the same result first again. Like the result was AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. So write it as it is again. AD upon DB equals to AE upon EC. Okay. Revert this now. Means we can write it as DB upon AD equals to EC upon A. This is how we can write. Now we'll add 1 again both the sides. Now again we are adding 1 both the sides. So it will be dB upon AD plus 1 equals to EC upon AE plus 1. So it will be dB plus AD upon AD, and it will be EC plus AE upon A. So dB plus AD. dB plus AD, let's see from the figure what will it be? dB plus AD, it will be AB. So this is AB upon AD equals to, this is EC plus A. It will be EC plus A. It will be equals to AC. So we got to AC upon A. Okay, we got it in this form. So these are the two results that we can apply directly as Thales theorem while solving the questions. Okay. So I'll brief you again. First of all, Thales theorem says that these two ratios will be equal to the ratio of these two sides. Okay. Also, we can apply it as this whole ratio with the ratio of this side, or we can say that this ratio with this whole ratio. Okay, means we can take any part out of these sides, but we need to remember this thing, that whichever the part we are taking on left hand side, same part will be taken on right hand side also. Like if you're writing it as AD upon AB, so this side we'll have to write AE upon AC, because corresponding to AD, this side is AE. Okay, so this was the corollary. Now we'll prove a midpoint theorem that you must have proved in class in previous class 9th also. Okay, we'll prove a midpoint theorem using Thales theorem. Now we have proved midpoint theorem using Thales theorem. So midpoint theorem, you must be remembering already that if in a triangle we join the midpoints of the two sides of a triangle, midpoint theorem says that if we join the midpoints of the two sides of a triangle, so it is parallel to the third side, it is half of that also. So we'll extend it, okay? Extend it like this. Means we'll join these two. D is the midpoint, that means these two sides will be equal, and these two sides will also be equal. So this is the midpoint, and this is also midpoint. That means as per midpoint theorem, this side DE is supposed to be parallel to BC. So what is given to us over here, that D and E are, these are midpoints of AB and AC. Okay, and what we need to prove, let's see that also. We need to prove that we have to prove so we have to prove that DE is parallel to BC, and also we have to prove that DE is half of BC. Okay, so this is what we have to prove just now. Okay, so let's prove this, and this is, I think, written by mistake. And also one thing, as you know, that in midpoint theorem we have to show that DE is half of BC also. But this thing we cannot prove from Thales theorem. Okay, that can be proved using similarity. Okay, that is other thing. But right now we cannot prove this. Okay, so we'll go into this. But what midpoint theorem says, that DE is supposed to be parallel to BC, and DE is supposed to be half of BC also. This is the midpoint theorem. This is the result of midpoint theorem, statement of midpoint theorem. So this thing we can prove easily using Thales theorem. But to prove this thing, we'll have to go for the application of a similarity that we have not studied so far. Okay, so whenever we'll study that similarity, I'll tell you about this also, that how we can show this. Okay, but for now we'll prove this only, that D is parallel to BC. So no construction is required here. Directly we'll go to proof. So let's see what is the proof in this. First of all, right, we know that AD is equals to DB. AD is equals to DB, and also right? Take it as equation number 1. And also we know that AE is equals to AC because D and E respectively are the midpoints of sides AB and AC. So AE will be equals to EC. It will be question number 2. Write it as a division, means we'll write it as AD upon DB and it will be equals to 1. Okay. Do one thing, don't take this as equation number 1 and 2. Okay. But we'll take this result as equation number 1. And in the same way, this is A equals to EC. So we'll write it as AE upon EC and it will also be equals to 1. So it will be taken as equation number 2. So you can see that both these values, means equation number 1 and 2, both these values are equals to 1. That means this value and this value will be equal. Okay, so from this, clearly you can see that AD upon DB, AD upon DB will be equals to AE upon EC. It will be equals to AE upon EC. And you can see that this is only theorem. Theorem यही होती है ना, that AD upon DB is equals to AE upon EC. Okay, see it from the figure again. AD upon DB is equals to AE upon EC. Okay, so this is how we can prove Thales theorem using midpoint theorem. Okay, this is it. Now let's prove one more thing, one more result here. Take it as third one. I think this is the third only. I was not going into numbering actually. So leave this. And the next topic is we'll solve, we'll prove angle bisector theorem. We'll prove angle bisector theorem from, using this basic proportionality theorem, using Thales theorem or basic proportionality theorem. See it again. Okay. Yes. So what this angle bisector theorem says, that if we are drawing the bisector of any angle in a triangle, if a triangle is given to us and let the triangle be ABC, such that this is the bisector of angle A, means these two angles are equal. Okay. Then the ratio of these two sides that contains the angle is same as the ratio in which this bisector is dividing the opposite side, and let this point be B. So what is given to us? We are not given anything other than AD is the bisector of angle A in triangle ABC. Only this is given to us. Let's see what we need to prove. We have to prove that AB upon AC, we have to prove that AB upon AC will be equals to BD upon DC. AB upon AC will be equals to BD upon DC. Okay, we have to prove this thing. Here we'll have to do one construction. यहाँ पर हम लोग को construction करना पड़ेगा. So let's mention that thing using some other color. See what construction is. That we'll draw a line parallel to this line from C, like this, and extend this also. इसको भी extend कीजिए and let this point is E. So both these sides are parallel to each other, means AD is parallel to EC. Okay, this is the construction. So we can say that construction, just mention it here. Okay, that draw a line from C, draw a line CE from C such that the CE is parallel to AD, and E is the intersection point. E is the intersection point of line drawn from C, and BA BA extended. Okay, this is the construction. This language is a bit lengthy, but you can reduce it. Okay. Now we are going to prove now. अब देखते हैं proof इसका कैसे, I mean how we can prove this thing. So for proving this, see what we are given that AD is parallel to EC. So take the same thing. And in which triangle this is happening? I mean these two sides are in which triangle? In triangle BEC. AD is parallel to EC. So we'll write that in triangle BEC, AD is parallel to EC. AD is parallel to EC. Okay, so if these two sides are parallel, that means the ratio will be equal. Which ratio? AB upon AE will be equals to BD upon DC. AB upon AE will be equals to BD upon DC. Will be equals to BD upon DC. Now leave it as it is. Okay, take it as equation number 1. अब इसमें एक चीज देखिए जो हमें प्रूव करना है. हमें प्रूव क्या करना था? AB upon AC is equals to BD upon DC. और हम लोगों ने अभी क्या प्रूव किया है? We have proved AB upon AC equals to BD upon DC. So only this is the thing that we don't require here. Rather in place of this it should be AC. Okay? AB upon AC should be equals to BD upon DC. So the same thing we have proved here. Only this AE is supposed to be AC. That means somehow we have to show that AE will be equals to AC. That means now our aim is to prove this thing. So let's see how we can prove this thing from the figure. So this is the figure, and what else was given to us? We'll see that now. What was given to us? That this angle was equals to this angle. So let these angles be termed as 1 and 2. Now this angle 1 will be equals to this angle. Why these two angles will be equal? Let this angle be taken as 3. So angle 1 and 3 will be equal. Why they'll be equal? Because these two sides are parallel and this is transversal. So angle 1 and 3 will be, they will be corresponding angles. Okay, so just write here that angle 1, we'll write that angle 1 will be equals to 3. And the reason is that they are corresponding angles. In the same way, go back to figure again. This angle, choose a different color now. This angle 2, it will be equal to this angle, because same thing again, these two sides, this side and this side, these two sides are parallel. So you can see it is forming this kind of a structure. Okay, that means this angle is equal to this, and the reason is that both of them are alternate angles. Okay, so let's take it as equation of angle number 4. So now we can write here that angle 2 will be equals to angle 4, and the reason is that they are alternate angles. I'm not going into very deep that how we can prove this thing, okay, because we all are aware of these things already. So using these two, you can see that angle 1 and angle 2 already equal. This is given to us that angle 1 and 2 are equal. Isn't it given? See, we are given that angle, this 80 is the bisector. That means angle 1 will be equals to angle 2. So these two are equal. And in using the same thing, we can prove that 3 and 4 will also be equal. So we have proved just now here that similarly angle 3 will be equals to angle 4. So if angle 3 and 4 are equal, that means, see, if angle 3 and 4 are equal, if 3 and 4 are equal, and in which triangle they are lying? Triangle AEC. So if angle 3 is equals to angle 4, that means opposite sides of this triangle will also be equal. So which triangle is this? Triangle AEC. So just mention it here that in triangle AEC, angle 3 is equals to angle 4. So the opposite sides will also be equal. So opposite to 3 side is AC and opposite to 4 side is AE. So AC will be equals to AE. AE will be equals to AC. So we have proved this thing, and take this as equation number 2. So from equation number 1 and 2, see, this was equation number 1. AB upon AE equals to BD upon DC. So in place of this AE, we are going to write AC. So it will be AB upon AC equals to BD upon DC. Okay, and the same thing was to be proved. So this is how we can prove this angle bisector theorem using Thales theorem. Okay, so this is it for the day. And again, we'll meet with a new topic. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day, all of you.